We check in with the status on the guest Wi-Fi.
A final farewell to media production students.
We have excerpts from the Central Band's Christmas concert.
And we preview the boys' basketball season.
Hi, I'm Jabez Darrow and you're watching Eagle Zone. This week, I'm joined by physical sport and e-sport extraordinaire, Mr. Cobbs. The guest Wi-Fi is back on at schools after a sudden outage.
Students around the school are relieved that the outage is over. But why was it off at all? Eagle Zone's Eli Bruns talked with the tech department to find us some answers. Eli?
The guest Wi-Fi is back around the school after it was down for a few days. The school internet was working, but it did not take long for students to figure out the guest option was not there. Even if you didn't notice it yourself, you've probably heard about the guest network being down.
The guest Wi-Fi went down because of we need to troubleshoot the network for the Wi-Fi because we were getting a bunch of authentication errors. Basically, devices were authenticating and then not authenticating again, so we had to take the guest down.
Even if you don't know what that means, here's the problem. These errors were causing all the internet for the school district to be slow, so the tech department had to shut down the guest Wi-Fi while they fixed the problem.
Well, I heard a lot of students complaining about it, but I guess, Eli, I just can't imagine what the problem could possibly have been, being your Chromebooks connect just fine to a different web network and not the guest Wi-Fi. So I can't imagine why this should have even been a problem for the students.
It's affected me pretty bad. There are times where I might be on my phone just watching things like YouTube, or I might play a game or two, but other times I'm using the guest Wi-Fi to use things like Messenger and text and call. Say my parents, if I need to contact them, I need the guest Wi-Fi to do that. Not everybody around here has data.
But it actually did cause some issues for Chromebooks. Some connected to both the guest and school networks, then had trouble when the guest network went down. The tech department says you should not connect your school Chromebook to the guest network. There are some students from other schools who take some classes at Central that rely on the guest network.
So those students, we didn't really have any plan in the beginning, but they could have borrowed our equipment, logged in with their K-12 accounts on the Chromes.
Moving forward, the network administrator does not expect the network to go down again, but you might notice some changes.
Yes, there are restrictions on the guest network. We've limited the up and down bandwidth of it, and we will limit soon on how many can connect.
So the guest network might not run as fast, but the other network should run faster. There's been one other change recently, and that's the ARR network for app programming. The password got out to the students, so the tech department changed it over the summer, and recently it was made only available in the classroom it's used in.
Thanks, Eli. And I'm glad you kids got the guest network so you can just text your parents again.
It's feeling a little more like Christmas after the downtown holiday events over the weekend. The Dakota Prairie Museum drew visitors all day as people walked through its different stations and displays. The annual event has crafts, snacks, and live music. And here's a look at the Parade of Lights on Main Street. It made a comeback after the community went several years without it.
At the schools, you'll also find plenty of options to remind you it's the holiday season. The elementaries are having their winter programs. If you haven't made it to one yet, CC Lee and Lincoln have their programs on Thursday. Middle and high school students are showcasing their talents also. If you miss those, you can watch them on the school's YouTube channel. Here's a sample from the high school's choir of music you can find on the channel.
And Central High School is having a holiday decorating contest. Different parts of the school are working together to earn the top prize. Eagle Zone's Kobe Downs shows us some video of those efforts. You can hear excerpts in the background of the high school band playing at its winter concert. That was Eagle Zone's Kobe Down reporting. We'll let you know who wins the competition.
Here at Eagle Zone, we like to take a look at hands-on learning taking place throughout the school district. Today, we introduce you to students whose hands-on learning could lead to their name in lights. Eagle Zone's Casey Riley joins us with the story. Casey?
You may know media production as a class that makes the commercials and PSAs here at Eagle Zone, but that's only the first couple weeks of class.
See, I told you guys I'd make it. What are you guys looking at?
Those might seem familiar, but these probably don't.
But I'm also a big fan of justice. Not impressed.
Bro, what are you doing? What's with the camera?
So what do you do in this media production class?
We write scripts and then film short films from the scripts and then edit it into a video.
The time they have after PSAs are used to create short films. The group is rounded out with creative minds, actors, and editors getting together to make something enjoyable.
I like the freedom we get. We can just leave school and film something if it's necessary. I think it's a lot of fun to do.
I like the social aspect, getting to hang out with friends, just make fun projects.
For this short film, a group from the class checked out equipment from the school and spent a night hanging out to record a murder mystery they wrote.
Bro, we need to get some help, bro. What is... Cody, turn off the camera, dude.
Some like comedy.
I don't feel good, man.
What's wrong?
I don't feel so good. All that junk food really got to me.
Others science fiction.
We all have our own specialties.
Yeah. We all kind of get we all have our own areas of inspiration. So we kind of just mash all that together to form something.
Not to mention combining talent, something their teacher says is in great supply with these students. You might find the students in front of the green screen as they're recording, or seemingly flying through the air after they're done editing.
What's the best thing you guys have made?
Definitely the recycling video, I'd say. That one's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I think anything that me and Cody have made is probably the best.
I think the boys' night short film one was definitely the best.
We'll let judges decide that. There are video awards in the spring that cover a 5-state region. The media teacher says he'll submit some of their work and thinks they have a good shot at coming home with a win.
Thanks, Casey. That group is an advanced media productions class. However, if you have an interest in creating similar projects, Media Production 1 starts next semester. We'll be right back after this message created by media production students.
Aberdeen has been very welcoming to me ever since I got here. People are so nice. Teachers are friendly compared to back home, so I really felt welcomed when I got here.
So I've been to maybe 5 or 6 different school districts, and it compares because this is the more calmer school, because the other schools I've been to, there's a fight every other week.
Yeah, I feel accepted. I think all the students here are used to have exchange students in the high school, so they know that when we come here, we don't know a lot of people, so they accept us a lot. So I come from Paris in France, and school is way different from here. Here there is way more activities in the high school, way more classes.
Welcome back. Basketball and gymnastics compete at home, and esports plays their first competition. Eagle Zone's Esa Shui joins us with a look at sports.
Thanks. We start with esports results. The team has just started its season, and Rocket League is looking good early. They played Flandreau, and all the players contributed to a dominant win. Senior Braden O'Connell gets this goal, helping his team win one match by 15. And sophomore Josiah Grand Prix is the star of this game. Here's one of many goals on the team's way to a 21-point victory. And junior Jonathan Littlehead rounds out the starting squad. This goal helps get the team another 15-point win. Rocket League wins its first official non-scrimmage game in 3 sets. Next, gymnastics. Aberdeen hosted teams from around the state in the Hub City Invitational. Harrisburg won this event, with the Golden Eagles squad finishing in 5th place with 126.5 points. If you want to see the girls compete, Aberdeen hosts a triangular on the 19th at 5. Both basketball teams have started playing. We have highlights from the girls since they were at home. First is the battle of Central High Schools with Aberdeen Central hosting Rapid City Central. The Golden Eagles work the ball around and freshman Lauren Burkhart scores the three. Later in the game, the ball is passed to Airlie Waldo, who scores with a layup. Aberdeen moves on to win that game by 15. Next, we have Aberdeen at Rapid City Stevens High School. The first highlight might seem familiar. It's Burkhart from behind the line again. She gets the three to drop. Later into the game, we have sophomore Taryn Hermanson, who almost loses the ball, but she recovers and gets her way through the Stevens defense to add 2 for the Golden Eagles. Aberdeen wins that game as well, 50-54. The boys team split its weekend games, beating Rapid City Central but falling to Stevens. Eagles owns Kobe Dowin talked with the coach and players about this season. He joins us with that story. Kobe?
The boys basketball team is coming off a 6-win season, so they are looking for a lot of improvement this year. Head coach Brent Norberg says his team has some experience back, mixed with some young players who he thinks can help.
Hope that every day we get a little bit better. I mean, we want to be a team that improves every day, and by the end of the year, we're playing our best basketball. It's kind of the expectations you have every year.
As the team competes to find a way to get the highest seed possible so they can get into the state tournament.
I think a realistic goal for our team could be to get like 15 wins in the season. I think it's definitely doable, but we got to play to our max potential.
Parker Lamar is one player's experience that is returning, and Grant Fritz is another.
I think some of our strengths are our speed, because we have a lot of smaller players compared to other teams. And then that also kind of plays into a weakness, is we don't have as much size.
Norberg recognizes that challenge and says his team will need to get out and run and play in transition, because that will be their best way to score.
To be successful in Class AA, you got to make it tough for other teams to score. You got to be able to rebound so we can get out and run.
The team just came off a 2-game weekend, and we'll have another doubleheader this weekend, and it's the boys' turn to be home. So you can watch them face Spearfish Friday and Sturgis on Saturday.
Thanks, Kobe. We'll have highlights from those home games for you next week. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Asa. That's all for this episode of Eagle Zone. You can always watch Eagle Zone stories by scrolling to the Eagle Zone section of the school district website. That's aberdeenk12.sd.us.
We'll leave you this week with video at the Mayo Reed Christmas concert with my co-anchor,
Mr. Cubs.
This is Jabez Darrow signing off. We'll see you next week.